Kreative photo and video.
Mr. Wheeler resides in the village of Hempstead and has 3 sons. He became a widower on December 22, 2004 with the tragic loss of his lovely wife of 59 years, Minnie Esther Wheeler, who was serving the youth of the community at the time of the accident that took her life. Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler were truly American treasures. Mr. Wheeler volunteered for the service at the start of the World War II. In 1943, during his sophomore year at Howard University, he was inducted into the Army Air Corps. After earning his wings as a fighter pilot, Mr. Wheeler was commissioned as second lieutenant in March 1944 and sent shortly thereafter to an air base in Italy as part of the 332nd Fighter Group. Lieutenant Wheeler flew combat missions all over Europe. One of his last missions, he lost consciousness at 36,000 feet over Germany, spinning out of control until regaining consciousness at 8,000 feet. Lieutenant Wheeler, not sure what the word is misspelled, returned to the base safely. Lieutenant Wheeler earned many decorations in the war. He was credited with destroying 3 enemy bombers and is recipient of the Village of Hempstead Medal of Honor. Mr. Wheeler fought segregation everywhere, including the military. Lieutenant Wheeler resisted black officers not being allowed in officers' clubs. Lieutenant Wheeler demonstrated against many other injustices. In fact, he was actually arrested on 2 occasions and interrogated by the FBI. Mr. Wheeler fought for a better tomorrow and war and peace. All blacks faced discriminations after the war, including the famous Tuskegee Airmen. Many desired to be airplane pilots during peacetime. They were not given such an opportunity. Eventually, Mr. Wheeler held significant positions with Data Digest Inc., Fairchild Republic, and the National Bank of North America. He retired in 2001. Mr. William.
Thank you very much. It seems I'm tail end Charlie again. When you're tail end Charlie in combat, you're most likely the guy that's going to get shot down first. In this case, I'll be shot down last. I was quite delighted to be the recipient of this wonderful, wonderful award, which to me shows the maturity of our youth. I was completely unprepared to receive such an award because it was just foreign to my nature that children this young would recognize us as seniors who have accomplished something, would want to memorialize us as they have done in this manner. I think it's a great tribute, not just to them, not just to us, but to them, because they are now an integral part of what we have done. We are the charter group, and they're the charter group who designated us. And they will forever be a part of the history of this memorial, as so long as it lasts, and I hope it lasts forever, because I think it's so very special. I think it's so very special coming from children whom I felt would not have the capability of being able to identify people like me and others on the panel here who are not as old as I am. I think I'm the oldest one in this audience, in the entire auditorium. I'm 83 years old. Wow. I know. I don't look it, I don't act it, but I'm 83 years old. I've lived a long time. I've seen a lot of things. I make a lot of presentations throughout the country to various schools, institutions, colleges, you name it. And I have a lot of experiences behind me which have demonstrated to me that there's an abysmal ignorance among our school children generally. But being the recipient of this award and what it imports to me and to all of us here suggests to me that Hempstead children are turning a corner because they're recognizing that we are responsible for them, and we are recognizing that they have the potential to stand on our shoulders and become even greater than we are, if we are great, and I think some of us are. When I moved here to Hempstead in 1964, it was going to be for a period of 5 years. I had young children that had to get in school by September. I had to close the deal by August. I've been trying to move into Franklin Square, East Meadow, not Garden City, no way. Valley Stream, all of those towns in this area, because I wanted to go into a school district which I felt would give my kids the best education. That would be an integrated education. But I was turned away by real estate brokers, by homeowners, and I finally realized that I had to make a decision. My wife and I had to make a decision. And we had an offering from Mr. Bill, I've forgotten the real estate agent's name. Who? Urquhart, Bill Urquhart. God bless Bill Urquhart. He saved our bacon, so to speak, because he came up with a house on Allen Street. We were going to move into it for 5 years, so when my oldest son graduated from high school, we would be moving to another place, because I didn't intend to stay in Hempstead. But guess what? I'm still in Hempstead today. It's been 42 years that I've lived here. And I'm not living here now on a timetable, except God's timetable. I'm living here because I want to be here. I have seen Hempstead bottom out, and I've seen it rise. And under this new mayor, Mayor Hall, it's going to do great things, and I'm sure of that. He's a wonderful man. And I see a lot of progress, and some of it is being reflected by this group here, this council. I can't believe the maturity that they are showing by perpetuating a memorial to seniors whom they didn't know or couldn't possibly know, but they knew of us. Somehow someone recommended us to them. And I'm just happy that I am one of those who was chosen to be here. Another thing I would like to say is that I didn't participate in the life of Hempstead that much. I was in the city working a lot, but my wife was an integral part of the educational system here in Hempstead. She worked here for 31 years. And I firmly believe, and don't hold me to it, if I had not been nominated for this particular honor, I am very sure that she would have been offered. Thank you.
If you want to inherit the kingdom, follow me. Mr. Rahul Walker, could you come up a minute, please? See, I have a different program than everyone. I have the right program. You have the wrong one.
Donald L. Ryan, Youth Advocate. Don Ryan has dedicated his life to making the world a better place for youth. For more than 45 years, he has shown care and concern for our youth and their families, proving himself to be an extra special volunteer. Don has been everyone's friend and confidant to those in trouble or in need at any time of day or night. Don served 33 years as a Hempstead school teacher and 25 years as the Hempstead High School Youth Employment Director, helping more than 10,000 youth obtain their first job experience. In addition, Don has dedicated over 30,000 hours to coaching the Hempstead youth and counseling them to avoid drugs and crime. Don sees all of his youth programs that he supports as preventative medicine against the forces of evil. There have been times when some of our youth have made mistakes and found themselves in trouble. These youths quickly found out that they can count on Don to be there in their corner, helping not only them, but their parents as well. Don is a person that will never turn his back on anyone. Over the years, the youth that have been involved with Don Ryan know that his success has definitely been their reward. His success has definitely been their reward. His athletes, students, parents, and friends think the world of him. Don has a saying describing himself as, and it goes like this: I'm Hempstead born, I'm Hempstead bred, and when I die, I'll be Hempstead dead. It is now my pleasure to introduce my great friend, Don Ryan.
That was a surprise, a beautiful one. I thank you, Rahu. I should tell you, Rahu's in my 1040 form. So there's a special place in my heart for that young man. He's been something special for me. I really love him. Like I couldn't love him more for my own son. You know, to do what you love and feel that it matters has brought great joy to my life. And I need at this time to introduce my mother, 92 years old. Mom? Stand together at the time. Somebody asked me the other day, would you love to win the lottery? I said, I won the birth lottery. I could never have a better mother. I want to thank everybody. This is kind, beyond belief, very special to me. It means a lot. And there's no question this is the community I love. Thank you very much.
Say to Don, I got you. He told me this afternoon, you know, that the youth council wanted to put me on, but since I'm the mentor, that just wouldn't look right. But we had planned this from last week, Monday, Don. So, you know, you deserve it. You deserve it. Don, when I grow up, I want to be like you, okay? I just want to recognize some of the elected officials and other guests here. We have Deputy County Executive, the Reverend Dugan. We have Trustee Perry Pettis. And you just met Trustee Ryan. We have the principal from Hempstead High School, Reggie Strong. We have the chairwoman of the Parks Commission, Vanessa Henry. We have the president of the school board, Hempstead School Board, Charles Renfro. Also, we have another member of the school board, Ms. Rivera. We have the assistant district attorney, Risco Lewis. We have also Ray Roden, I think he's president of the Uniondale School, but I know he's the chairman of the zoning board in Hempstead. And I hope I didn't miss anyone. Tina Hodge Bowles, coordinator of Operation Get It. Just also want to make other acknowledgments for refreshments. Was sponsored by Jade Caterers, Bruce and Tiana Davis, Sarah Brown Caterers of Uniondale, and Floxy's Caterer of Uniondale, New York. And also, refreshments are served in the auditorium, and we ask that the guests please allow the honorees to go into the auditorium first. And I just want to say that this was a great program, and Councilwoman, when you broke up there, I started breaking up on the wall. So I think this is important for our kids. We want to set, I've been in Hempstead for the last 28 years, and I came into Hempstead as coaching baseball, and I always like to set a positive role model to to the youth in the community. And when they walk through that door and they look up on the wall and they see the positive role models that we have up here, and you know, you're from Hempstead, you can just go out in the world and be whatever you want to be. And this is the message we want our youth to see. So this is why we selected Kennedy Park, because on any given week, there's thousands of kids that come into this village. And since we are the largest village in the state, and we have so many kids that come in here for all the activities, I think that you guys are the role model that I know that I would like my son to look up to. He was here a minute ago, but he just went downstairs with his mother. She's exercising. So I want to say thank you for accepting this award on behalf of Trustee Ryan. And also, let me just acknowledge Trustee Ryan. Actually, Trustee Ryan was really behind with the Youth Council for the last couple of years. It was him. Don, could you come forward, please? Don. When we up on the dais, Don and I are. But tonight, we always friends, right, Don? That's right. I want to say, Don, thank you. You did a great job. I want to thank the Youth Council. You did a great job. And you guys, I must say that you selected some great role models for you guys. And the quotes that I read in the newspaper today, you know, was really, really good. Don called me at 7:30 this morning. He said, "Did you see Newsday?" I said, "No," but I had Newsday right next to me. I looked at it, and I understood his enthusiasm about that because it was a great piece, and we finally got positive press in the village of Hempstead. I really appreciate it. Bill, thanks again. Okay, so Alicia, you want to take over? Thank you.